pretty funny.
It's interesting the way it played out, given our conversation in your office the other day. But 46 fouls, and you had more made free throws than baskets tonight. Just obviously a weird one. How do you
Yeah, well, that's playing Wyoming. If I told our guys at halftime, I've been in this league 10 years, and there's never been, where you get a clean game and it flows good, and you get to score 103 points against them. And he's had them long enough now; they know their deal, and they grind you out like that. And you have to be comfortable in that uncomfortable game. And I thought we didn't do a good job of that, especially the first half. We were like, okay, I'm going to make a play, and we kind of tried to force stuff and had uncharacteristic turnovers, and then we got frustrated with it, And that's what we figured out, when years ago, is that if it ends up being 47, 46, you have to be comfortable with that and just deal with it. And that's when we started to have a little more success against that Chiat system. And I think tonight, coming off a game where we scored 103, you want all those to be like that. But like I told the guys, I watched #1 team in the nation have to grind one out against Texas Arlington. And, it's just the way basketball is, that they were tough enough to get an 11-point win in a game like this. Where a lot of teams might have, they might have never got out of that frustration. And credit to our guys, they found a way to get it done, and that's the whole mission, is to go 1-0, in these league games, and they accomplished the mission.
You mentioned their style, man. I think they're 341st in like adjusted tempo,
Right.
but then they're top 5 in terms of like 3-pointers for their percentage of shots.
Sure.
So they slow it down and they jack up a lot of threes. And how hard is that to go against?
Yeah, it is. It can be really hard, and they're making them. It drives a hard bargain, and they answered a lot of little mini runs that we did with hitting some threes. And so no, they had a good game plan, that works for them, and they executed it well, and made it certainly an interesting, tough game for us to have to overcome some things.
And you said that maybe in the first half it showed some frustration, but there were some tight moments there in the second half, and Wyoming took a lead, but I don't know. It didn't really seem like the guys that really got frustrated.
Yeah, we did a way better job in saying that. We got our minds right and settled into it. And hey, I'm like the guys. I'm like, hey, let's go score 100 every night. And so I probably get frustrated too, and I want it to be that way every night. And the reality is, in a league game, every league game's a grind. Like I said, I've been in this league a long time now, and I know that. And but you played so good offensively in our last game, and moved the ball so good, and and the tempo was more to our liking. Yeah. But they, like I said, to the guys' credit, they got the job done, and we had a really solid second half.
Just seeing him say, at times it's hard to find a groove, but he went out, he had 20 points, and he's pretty efficient overall. He didn't really seem like he had a problem with the tempo.
And the thing about Jay is, God, I didn't sub him one time. He played 40 minutes, and he never got a break. And he guards his tail off. He's one of the best defenders in the league right now, I think. And just possession by possession, and I'm talking to my staff about, okay, who should I sub? Just don't sub Jay, just keep him out there, because he was doing all those on both ends. He was huge, and I thought he did a great job tonight. Because we had some excessive foul trouble, and so you had to keep Jay out there. Couldn't get like even the rotation seemed a little off.
Keep calling him Jay. It makes me sound good. So.
Yeah.
People misconstrue that. We'll just let them interpret it the way they want.
That's right.
You guys got a chance tonight to see how you might perform when your leading scorer, doesn't have a strong night. What did you think of the guys' response to
Oh, great.
three guys in double digits?
Yeah, they did a great job. And like I said, that's a credit to those guys. They just kept battling, found a way. It wasn't pretty. I thought we got some good lift off the bench with Hobbs and Max and RJ. I thought they gave us crucial minutes all three of them.
46 fouls. just how hard is it to get
And 28 offensive fouls.
It seemed like that, yeah. I mean, and there was just some weird travels.
Yeah, and to be fair, I gotta look at the film, and, that's one thing that the referees don't. They have to call it in real time, and they have to, all these things. So I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt, because it's hard, but then it became, like the dam was broken because, they got one call and they were gonna give it to us, and then as far as all those offensive fouls. But, I wanna look at that because, I think the offense, they were protecting the defense a lot. Like there was a couple where maybe a guy fell down and they called a foul, like, but that's not a legal guarding position when you fall down. And so, but I gotta look at the film and see what it really was and what, to be fair.
And it just seemed like it kind of took the flow away from the game.
Yes.
The fans were kind of just, it just didn't, especially in the first half, it just seemed like it was kind of good. They got 4 fouls they got in the first minute of the game. I mean, how hard is that in general when there's a lot of whistles to get?
It's really hard, and throw that on top of the style of play. Those two things are hard. And then, it makes, and it's in those guys, it just felt like DA every time he drove, he was looking around like, how do I not foul? Instead of driving to score like he was so good at, and driving to pass and all that, he was almost driving not to foul. And that's hard.
The crowd mostly got their frustrations out by yelling, but there was one good moment where RJ, brought the crowd to their feet with that one-handed dunk. What was the?
Which one?
The
The
one
first half?
second half. The one-handed dunk in the second half where basically took off from the free
Great
throw
play
line.
by Hobbs.
Jay.
Just
Yeah, Jay.
Yes,
Jay.
What was that moment or that play like for you from the sideline?
That was great because, when you throw the ball to Test in the corner, you don't think he's going to be able to drive like that. And he certainly did. We call that the steamroller play, because if you get in front of him, you're in trouble.
We talked about your schedule, and obviously you guys have played a tough schedule in terms of opposition.
Oh, yeah.
But Mike pointed out in his game notes, you guys played on Christmas, you played 4 times during Hanukkah, twice during Kwanzaa, today is New Year's Day, you played on Halloween, you played the day after Thanksgiving. I know that a lot of teams during basketball season have to deal with that, but it seems like, they're, by nature, everybody wants to be with their families on holidays. So how tough has that grind been in terms of focus too?
Yeah. And you can't be, there's 30 some odd games, and you're not going to be at your best every night. So you got to find ways to, to get the job done on those nights. And I think that was tonight. And we were so focused. We knew how hard that Northridge game was going to be, held on the red eye. And I think we were like, okay, we're not relaxing until we get through this Northridge game. And then I think we had that Hawaii hangover a little bit, where you're like, okay, we got through it. We made it through the impossible, which was to play when you come home from. So maybe you had a little bit of that, where that grind of what we've been through caught up a little bit. But they'll be fresh because we'll bounce back, and this got us recalibrated, and now we're in another grind, the grind of the conference. But we do a good job of keeping them fresh, and they love to be in the gym, love it. But it's hard. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. You can do this once every 4 years, and I wouldn't want to do it all the time. We're one of the 4 or 5, 8 teams in the country that didn't get a Christmas, didn't get a break, and that is something that I'm not in love with, because I like the guys to be with their families, and get their minds reset and then come back usually. But it was a great experience and a great tournament, and like I said, I do it once about every 5 or 6 years.
How much better will it play on Saturday?
Oh boy. And that's in this league you got to play an A game or a B+ game on the road to get any road win in this league. And so our guys know that. We'll be locked in, and we'll go there to compete. And they're a good team, and like I said, I got all the world of respect for Coach Alford. I know, I came into the Mountain West, and he had that thing rolling in New Mexico. So he knows this league, and he knows how to win it. And he's a really, really good coach, and they got good players. And it's a tough atmosphere, Rachel got to experience it, and she was a little blown away by. They're talking trash about potatoes. They bring up kickers from 8 years ago, and they bring up
right behind us too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like golly. Don't you guys have anything better to do?
You know, they obviously lost, you know, the Twins and some other key guys. They got a couple guys back and they got the transfer. Well, what are, you know, just from a talent standpoint, what are you going on?
Oh, yeah, I've seen them where they're clicking. I mean, they've had some, you know, really nice games where, you know, what they did to Santa Clara really, you know, they handled them. Santa Clara's been playing good. So they're, you know, they're big, they're physical, and they can light them, they can get rolling.
Let's hear about today when we're done then.
Anything about Mr. Tuss that you'd like to know? No?
Good.
Okay.
Did you know Green Stevens doing the game when we talked about that?